It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
From Notre Dame High School, the Irish on a current 5-game win streak, looking for win number 6 as they host the Blue Devils of Ewing High School, and all that action is right here on the WBCB Sports Network. A pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Mike Warren alongside Jordan Hirsch. Good to be with you for some Mercer County High School baseball action here on WBCB. The Irish victorious their last time out, 18-4, and they hit 6 home runs in that contest. 2 home runs coming from their leadoff man, Dom Vizzoni, and the bats are red hot. A name that we typically highlight in these games, Jordan Hirsch, we welcome him into the Trentonian pregame festivities, is Jack Hughes, the first baseman for the Irish, slashing over 500 this season, hitting over 500 for average this season. But the rest of the Irish bats picked up even more slack than Jack could even fathom yesterday, tallying on 6 home runs, 18 total runs, and a dominant victory over North Brunswick.
Yeah, they were able to finish that game in 5 innings, going with the mercy rule there. They had 7 players with multiple hits. This is a very talented offense, and then you combine that with great pitching as well. They've only allowed 2 runs in their last 3 games. When you're doing that, it's no surprise that they're on this 5-game win streak. Today's game on WBCB is brought to you by the New Jersey Education Association, Haldeman Ford Subaru, the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, the Capital Health System, the Revere Restaurant, Notre Dame High School, the Trenton Thunder, Jammer Doors and Windows, Hyundai of Trenton, the Italian People's Bakery, the Trentonian, all proud to bring you today's coverage here on WBCB. For the Blue Devils of Ewing High, their last time out, it was a tough one, dropping that last contest. They fell to 1-3. Their only win this season came earlier on in the year, and they were able to pile on the runs against Hightstown. It was a 16-6 win, but since then, 2 straight losses. Their last game, they tried to come back against Hamilton West, but the comeback effort came up a bit short, falling to Hamilton West 8-5. If they're going to stand any chance today, Jordan, how do the Blue Devils pull off the upset against this Notre Dame Irish team who has all of the firepower in the world offensively? Well, first things first is they've got to clean it up on the field. They've committed 9 errors in their last 3 games. I believe they committed 4 in that 8-5 loss to Hamilton West last time out. And going up against a very tough opponent here in Notre Dame, you've got to do the little things right. And if they're able to clean it up on the field, that'll give them the best chance to win. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup for this afternoon's contest. First, for the home Irish, it'll be Chase Burrows on the mound, and Chase is a very confident pitcher. You saw him warming up earlier today. Just seems very calm, ready for this start, looking for his first win of the season. He was able to come in relief a couple days ago, gave them multiple innings of relief work, and really did a nice job. And today gets the start back here on the home field. Yeah, ERA below 1 at minuscule 0.72. He's gone 9 2/3 innings, striking out 5, only allowed 7 hits and just 1 earned run. Ewing is going to have a very tough test ahead of them here with Chase Burrows, and it's going to be interesting to see how they attack him. And one thing Burrows does such a really good job of is keeping that ball down in the zone, looking for low strikes and a lot of ground ball outs, similar to what we saw from Luke Foley last time we were here. The Irish were victorious in that one as well, and Luke Foley picking up the win against West Windsor, Plainsboro North in that one here from Notre Dame High School. Irish victorious 7-1 in that one. Foley picking up the win. They improve to 5-1 on the season, 5 straight wins since that opening loss against Steinert at Steinert on opening day. And you wouldn't say this is a completely different looking Notre Dame team since then because it's such an early point in the season, but this is definitely the team that we expected from the start of the year. Yeah, this team is definitely one of the favorites in the Colonial Valley Conference right now. They are second and also they're tied for the best overall record there at 5-1, 3-1 in conference play, and they're going to look to extend that win streak to 6. We've got a beautiful day for baseball here at Notre Dame High School. Quite warm, so the ball should be flying today, and this high-powered Notre Dame offense, I'm sure, is glad to hear that.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. First, for the Ewing Blue Devils, as we'll see them up to bat first. Their lineup, we'll see Zaire Lowe, he bats first and is starting in center field today. Jake McNona, a familiar name to Irish fans, he's playing second base and batting second. Brother of Colin McNona, who's over at Mercer County Community College, pitching right there. So a potential storyline there in this one. Colin Elam will DH in this one. He's batting third, and he will be the designated hitter for Connor Gregg this afternoon. Joey Andreas, he'll play third base, batting fourth. Keith Lesko bats fifth. He plays first. Chris Salmon behind the dish. He bats sixth. Batting seventh is Sam Leibowitz over in right field. In left field, Lorenzo Patron, he bats eighth, and batting nine is Sam Simpkins, the shortstop. So again, Lowe, McNona, Elam, Andreas, Lesko, Salmon, Leibowitz, Patron, and Simpkins, the 1 through 9 offensively for Ewing. And it'll be Lowe, McNona, and Elam, the first three that we see against Chase Burrows for the Irish of Notre Dame. And for Notre Dame, their starting lineup looks a little bit like this. Dom Vizzoni will lead off and play third. Chase Burrows is on the hill, but he's being DH'd for today by Justin Prekop. In the 3-hole, it's Brendan Bucher. He's behind the dish today. Jack Hughes, the hot bat over at first base, he bats fourth. Logan Eilbacher in center field batting fifth. Lance Eilbacher in right field batting sixth. David Olenchalk back in the starting lineup. He's in left field after hitting a home run his last time out. He is batting seventh. In the 8 holes, the shortstop, TJ Magliazzo. And in the 9-hole, second baseman, Nate Jones. So again, Vizzoni at third, Burrows on the hill, Prekop DHing for him, Brendan Bucher behind the dish, Hughes at first, Logan Eilbacher in center, Lance Eilbacher in right, David Olenchalk in left, Magliazzo at shortstop, and Nate Jones at second base, the lineup for the Irish this afternoon. Seems like ground rules are going to be established at home plate between Joe Drulis and head coach of the Ewing Blue Devils, David Angebrant, as the Blue Devils prepare for this afternoon's contest. We're going to take a quick break here on the Trentonian pregame show. It's the Ewing Blue Devils and the Notre Dame Irish, and we'll have that action for you next here on the WBCB Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford, Subaru, or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good! 1490 WBCB, Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Irish just about set to take the field here at Father John Donofrio Field. And worth noting today, Monsignor Walter Nolan of Notre Dame High School, the icon Monsignor Nolan, he's turning 90 years young today. April 14th, Monsignor Walter Nolan's birthday, and the football field here at Notre Dame named after Monsignor Nolan. It's a big day here at Notre Dame High School. Happy birthday. Shout out to Monsignor Nolan. And a special shout out also earlier. My mistake, I called him Colin McNona. Don't know where that was from. It's Ryan McNona, brother of Jake, who's playing second base today for Ewing. But Ryan, we saw him a season ago pitching here for the Irish. Did a great job. He's out at Mercer County Community College now and a valuable member of that starting pitching rotation there. But you talk about a lot of this talent on this Notre Dame team and a very talented senior class, a talented junior class as well, as we'll see Chase Burrows, the starting pitcher on the hill today, the left-hander. Right now, umpires going over last-minute things with both of these teams. The Irish out in front of their dugout. They'll hit the field first. And just a beautiful day for baseball. Breeze blowing in from center field. Let's take a look at the dimensions here at Father John Donofrio Field at Notre Dame High School. Down the left field line, 317 to straightaway center, 357, and down the right field line, 312. And that wind, as we mentioned, blowing in from left field right now. And at times, it can really change directions. It can really whip around here. Opening day, or the home opener against Hopewell, the wind was really whipping around in the air and caused some trouble for some of the Hopewell defenders during that game. So we'll see if that has any impact, if at all, on this one this afternoon as the Irish finish up their pregame prayer. Seems like it's just about time for the teams to hit the field and start warm-ups. And don't forget, spring is here, and it's time to view the world through Jammer Doors and Windows, a family-owned and operated local business since Babe Ruth started playing for the Yankees in 1920. And Jammer continues to swat home run sales, service, and installation of garage doors and openers, entry doors, patio doors, storm doors, and windows. Jammer Doors features Rainer garage doors, steel or aluminum, and crafted for dependable, long-lasting service. Jammer Doors and Windows do their own work and installation using no subcontractors, saving you money. Avoid the big box stores and save with Jammer Doors and Windows. Visit their showroom at 2850 Brunswick Pike, Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville. And the Yardley showroom is open by appointment. You can call 215-493-7709. That's 215-493-7709. Well, Jordan, a little bit earlier we talked about Jack Hughes in just throughout the season. I mean, he's been dominant. A season ago, he hit .519 on the year and just picking right up where he left off. But let's talk about that game last time out for the Irish. 6 home runs in that game. Brendan Bucher, Lance Eilbacher, David Olenchuk, TJ Magliazzo, and Dom Vizzoni, who went yard twice. Going yard 6 times in a game, impressive at any level. The Irish bats, I mean, they're very impressive today, and it's very exciting as we're ready to get this one going in just a couple seconds. But a couple other names that really jump off the page besides Jack Hughes for you when you look at this Irish team.
Yeah, well, I definitely like Brendan Bucher hitting over 400, I believe, on the season. They've got a couple of guys in this lineup that are hitting above 400 for the season. Again, there's a very well balanced offense. I mean, you mentioned Vizzoni. He had gotten off to sort of a slow start this season, still just hitting .222, but hit those 2 big flies in their win over North Brunswick, and that hasn't even seemed to matter at all, even though their leadoff hitter has been off to a bit of a struggle, just because the rest of this lineup is so good, and they've been able to basically just pick up the slack.
Talk about a lot about the offense, but the pitching has been great for Notre Dame to this point as well. We talked about Luke Foley the last time we were here covering this team, picking up his first win on the senior campaign, but they've had great start pitching from everyone. Tristan Stevenson, his last time out in that dominant win over North Brunswick, he picked up the win. He pitched all 4 innings in that one for the Irish, and he's a more than capable arm. You talk about these great Notre Dame teams in years past that have made runs to the Mercer County Tournament Championship. They've had great pitching along with the hitting. It's been complimentary baseball as the Irish now take the field, and Chase Burrow takes the mound to start his warm-up pitches here this afternoon.
Yep, southpaw on the mound, Junior. I'm going to give a little bit of a different look. He does throw heat, and he's going to look to get quick outs and get us through here quickly.
So Stevenson picking up the win his last time out. Foley picking up the win the time before that. Now Chase Burrows looking for a win here on the home field, and already seeing in those warm-up pitches a couple of fastballs fired off, but low in the location, a pitcher's strike, if you will. And that's something that Chase really prides his mechanics on, his approach on, is just throwing those low, consistent strikes that are pretty hard for hitters to elevate.
Yeah, and he's going to need that low call from the umpire today, but even so, he's the type of pitcher that likes to work a lot of ground balls. These infielders certainly have to be ready. This is a pretty good defensive team in the Irish. I mean, they're good all around, but they're going to have to be on their toes today because Burrows likes to work the grounder.
Let's introduce you to the Ewing Blue Devils offense again as we get set to see their 1 through 9. The first 3 we'll see this afternoon: Zaire Lowe, Jake Mignona, and Colin Elam. The 3 to lead things off here in the top half of the first inning. And it'll be Zaire Lowe, the center fielder for the Blue Devils, starting us off as Burrows has finished up his warm-up pitches, makes his way to the rubber. Fist pounds from the rest of the Irish infield. Stepping into the box, it's Zaire Lowe, the Ewing Blue Devils center fielder.
Lowe going to look to set the tone here early. Definitely an imposing presence in that batter's box, very tall.
First pitch from Burrows. Hums in there for strike one.
Looked like that caught the outside corner.
Burrows working quick. His 0-1 pitch, cut on and missed. Quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Lowe.
Up on the plate, protect. Shorten up, put the ball in play.
Zaire Lowe, the multi-sport athlete, football star as well for the Blue Devils. The 0-2 just misses Lowe. Draws the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jake Mignona on deck, brother of Ryan Mignona. Notre Dame pitcher, former Notre Dame pitcher. 1-2 chopped left side to Magliazzo in the hole. Going to be a tough play. The throw pulls Hughes off the bag and Lowe beats it out. It'll be an infield single.
He was able to work the grounder there, just hit it in a really tough spot, and really nothing Magliazzo could have done there. I mean, even if the throw was on the money, there's no way that he would have been able to get Zaire Lowe.
Good piece of 2-strike hitting from Lowe. Gets the Blue Devils their first base runner of the afternoon. Nobody out and a man on first. Hughes holding him on. Burrows lifts the leg, delivers. Strike one at the knees.
He gets the low call there. That's definitely something Burrows is going to need today.
Here's Jake Mignona, the Blue Devils second baseman. The 0-1. Off speed had him out in front. Quickly 0-2 now. Burrows ahead again. No balls and 2 strikes.
He's worked ahead now the first 2. 0-2, like you mentioned. Going to look to probably get the same result, just in a better spot.
Burrows throws over to first. Lowe gets back in.
Definitely could see some action on the bases. Ewing might try to manufacture some runs, knowing that they're up against a tough test today.
0-2's outside. Lowe takes off. Throw was late. And Zaire Lowe takes second base.
Right on cue, sort of a delayed steal there by Lowe, and Bucher just wasn't ready behind the plate. He was able to get in there easily.
Runner in scoring position now for Ewing. Nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mignona. Burrows has the sign. He's set. The 1-2 pitch. Cut on and missed. He struck him out.
Looked like he tied him up inside there with the heat. That's a big strikeout. Now runner on second and just 1 out.
And Lowe already flashing the speed early on in this one. He's taking his lead off a second. Stepping in with 1 down. This is Colin Elam. The pitch. Fastball inside corner for strike 1. Elam doesn't agree with that. Notre Dame softball in action today, also taking on Ewing right behind us.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep our heads up today. I know that crew got a few balls over here last time at Notre Dame.
Yes, we did. And the off-speed pitch has Elam off balance again. No balls, 2 strikes. Burrows pounding the zone to start here. Lowe still on second base. Elam trying to dig out of this hole. The 0-2. Weak dribbler left side. Magliazzo has it. Throws over to first in time. 2 down. Lowe goes to third on the throw over.
Forced some weak contact there, and a great play by Magliazzo, able to charge in a little bit and make a nice strong throw.
With 2 down, it's the Ewing third baseman, Joey Andreas. Zaire Lowe on third. First run 90 feet away. First pitch, curveball, finds the zone, strike 1.
It'll get me over curve there. Got away with it, kind of hung.
Burrows 0-1, shot in the air, right side. This one carrying a bit and out of play. So again, the first 2 pitches are strikes. Every batter he's faced to this point, he's gotten 0-2. Lowe did a good job working it to 1-2 and fighting off a base hit into the hole. The 0-2, cut on and missed in the dirt. Drop third strike, the throw to first in time, and that'll retire the side. The Blue Devils strand a runner at third, and Burrows works out of a jam. Irish coming to bat, 0-0, but the Irish bats coming up next here on the WBCB Sports Network.
This is Angelo Weiner, your Mercer County prosecutor, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Mercer County student athletes the best of luck, and also urge parents to stay involved in your children's school activities. Extracurricular events are a great way to keep your sons and daughters focused, and it does not have to be athletics. They can be involved with the drama club, the school band, even the debate team. An involved student today has a brighter future tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation, and that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Home half of the first, and the Irish are facing Connor Gregg, the lefty from Ewing today. A battle of the lefties on the mound for both of these teams. And Dom Vizzoni steps up. It'll be Vizzoni, Prekop, and Bucher, the first three for Notre Dame this afternoon. And Dom Vizzoni coming off of that great game against North Brunswick. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, I believe, on the afternoon. Vizzoni trying to pick up where he left off. Multi-home run game for the Irish third baseman. First pitch from Gregg, taken, and a called strike one.
Looked like he was taken all the way on that pitch, just trying to get a good look at the arm angle here from Gregg.
0-1 fouled back, quickly 0-2.
Hope that didn't cause any damage there in the parking lot.
That might have hopped off the hood of my car. I'm trying to measure that one out. We'll worry about it later. The 0-2 pitch. Up and away. 1-2 to Vizzoni.
Well, I parked pretty far back today, so
Smart man.
Trying to stay safe.
Smart man. Gregg's 1-2 pitch. In the air. Left center field. Going back is low. He reaches up and makes the catch. 1 down.
Pretty good contact there from Vizzoni. You know that I'm sure he's confident coming off of that 2-homer performance, and he just missed one there.
Just missed it indeed. 1 down for Notre Dame in their offensive half of the inning, and here's Justin Prekop. Lefty on lefty matchup here. First pitch from Gregg is a strike one.
Prekop hitting 400 on the season, 4 for 10, couple of doubles.
The 0-1, chopped foul, a little early on that one. 0-2. Prekop, the designated hitter for the Irish today.
Put him play hard.
We've had 6 batters, all have been behind 0-2.
Driven well, left center field, Lowe's on the move. He's ranging into the gap, and he makes the catch.
Well, Lowe's been busy. That's another one there into that left center field gap that he's able to run down. Looked pretty calm out there doing so.
2 up, 2 down so far in the home half of the first for Notre Dame. This is Brendan Bucher, the Irish catcher, the Monmouth University commit. First pitch he sees from Gregg, taken, called, strike one. Beautiful day for baseball. 85 degrees, the 0-1 pitch, driven to center field again. Lowe has it measured, and he makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. Everyone flying out to Zaire Lowe. He's a popular guy so far. Top of the second inning. Ewing coming to bat. You're watching high school baseball on WBCB.
Come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Trenton Thunder Baseball is back for its 30th year. Big League Futures, Major League Fun. Trenton Thunder tickets are now available. Single game tickets, group plans, suite nights. Get your tickets now. For more information, visit TrentonThunder.com. That's TrentonThunder.com or call 609-394-3300. That's 609-394-3300. Post-game fireworks nights, pork roll Fridays, and dog welcome nights throughout the season. Trenton Thunder Baseball, Big League Futures, Major League Fun.
Top of the second here from Notre Dame High School. It's Keith Lesko, Chris Salmon, and Sam Leibowitz, the three for Ewing here in the top of the second. Who has the car inventory in Mercer and Bucks counties? The all-new Hyundai of Trenton has cars priced from $2,000 to $200,000 and everything in between. All the new Hyundai models, pre-owned cars and SUVs from BMW, Audi, Cadillac, Ford, Chevy, and other models. This one chopped left side. Magliazzo has it, flips the first, 1 down. Visit Hyundai of Trenton at 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. 1 down, it's Chris Salmon for Ewing as he stares at a breaking ball for a called strike 1. After Lesko grounded out to Magliazzo, 6-3 on the putout. The 0-1 chopped foul, it's 0-2. That one might have been fouled off of Salmon's foot.
Yeah, it looked like it got him off the toe. Those do not feel good.
So one thing that Chase Burrows does, and we talked about it a bit, Jordan, in the Trentonian pregame show, he throws strikes.
And he's doing that right now. Another hitter that he's got behind 0-2. That's 4 of the first 5 that he's faced, and the one that he could not get to 0-2, grounded out on the first pitch.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Breaking pitch got him. 2 down.
Already the 3rd strikeout for Burrows, and I believe the 2nd on that breaking pitch he was able to get one of those Ewing bats to be way out in front on.
Whole lot of deception from the lefty junior and Chase Burrows. His first pitch is fouled coming our way. And that one hitting the safety netting newly installed here. Notre Dame High School. This is Sam Leibowitz, who's behind 0-1 after he fouled that one off. Pounding the strike zone is Burrows. Chopped. Right side, Jones has it. Flips it to Hughes. 3 up, 3 down for Burrows. And the Irish Bats coming up to bat in the bottom half of the second inning. 0 still on the scoreboard. We'll be right back with more high school baseball here on WBCB.
1490 WB. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
The Italian People's Bakery is proud to support high school sports on the WBCB Sports Network. You can visit them at their signature location at 63 Butler Street for the finest rolls, deli meats, and pastries. Drive by to smell the homemade bread made daily or have them cater your next party or affair. The Italian People's Bakery, located at 63 Butler Street, is the place to go for the best hoagies on Sunday afternoon and the finest dessert trays for your special get-together. You can visit them once again at 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. And leading things off is a recipient of the Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game honors. It's Jack Hughes for Notre Dame. First pitch misses. It's 1-0 to Hughes. It'll be Hughes, Logan Eilbacher, and Lance Eilbacher, the three due up in the home half of the second for Notre Dame. Gregg's 1-0 is taken wide. It's 2-0 now. Hughes ahead.
Go ahead. You think Zaire Lowe is on his toes right now?
Oh, I think everyone in the outfield is. As Hughes ropes this one through the hole, a base hit. A worm burner through the hole on the left side gets Hughes a single. Make him 12 for 20 on the season. With a runner on, it's Logan Eilbacher, the Irish center fielder.
Not sure if our mics can pick up the walk-up song, little Outer Banks music. You can tell his favorite show.
Not bad. Decent walk-up. Irish has some good walk-ups for sure. Lefty Gregg lifts the leg. First pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Chris Salmon behind the dish. Jack Hughes will stay put. Hughes does have a stolen base on the year. He swiped a bag. I believe that was against West Windsor Plainsboro North. Eilbacher laces one left side, but well foul. Count moves to 1-1. Logan Eilbacher committed to Catholic University along with his brother Lance, patrolling the outfield for the Irish for a couple of seasons now. Gregg's pitch. This one belted straight away center field. Lowe's on the run, and it's going to one-hop the wall. On his way to third is Jack Hughes. Eilbacher to second with a stand-up double, and the Irish are in business. It's second and third, nobody out.
That ball was hit on a rope and just kept carrying and carrying. I thought it might have a chance to go out. One hop the wall there. Good base running by Hughes. Ends up at third. And now the Irish are in business here with nobody out in the second.
You heard first base coach Bill Romano tell Logan to straighten that one out when he fouled the one down the left field line, and he did just that, hitting it to just about the straightest part of the ballpark, straightaway center field. One hopping the wall out there, 357. And here is Logan's brother Lance taking one high. It's 1-0 to Lance Eilbacher. Runners at second and third. Some good speed on the base paths. Logan on second. Jack Hughes at third. Lance chops one left side, handled over there on the tough hop, throws over to first, just in time to get Lance Eilbacher. And some good hands over there by Joey Andreas to handle that tough hop at third base.
That is a big out, did everything right, looked the runner back and was able to make a nice strong throw. And now, find yourself to work out of this with minimal damage. Wonder if they'll consider an intentional walk here.
Base open at first, one down, runner still at second and third, and this is David Olenchuk making his way back into the lineup and back out into the outfield with the Eilbacher bros. Olenchuk hacks at this one in the air right side, but well fouled on the right field line. Quickly 0-2 to David Olenchuk. This
is where Olenchuk has just got to try to shorten up, put one in play. Just basically anything in the air out of the infield is going to get that runner home. There we go.
0-2 shot in the air right side. This should be deep enough to get Hughes home. Measuring it out is Leibowitz. He'll throw to the cutoff man, and Hughes will score. It's a sacrifice fly, and the first run comes across. Irish lead 1-0.
Well, he did exactly that. Was able to elevate, put a nice good swing on the ball. Don't need to score them both here. It's still early. Just a really good at bat there by Olenchalk, and is able to drive in a run.
So Jack Hughes comes across to score the first run this afternoon. It's 1-0 Notre Dame. 2 down and a runner at third. It's TJ Magliazzo who went yard in the 6-home run affair their previous time out against North Brunswick. Quickly, it's 1-0 to TJ Magliazzo. Greg working quick. The pitch shot in the air right side. 1-1. On the ground right side, eats up the second baseman a bit. The throw to first, not in time. Magliazzo beats it out, and across the score is Logan Eilbacher. It's 2-0 Notre Dame.
Well, that looked like it took a real tough hop there on McNona, kind of bounced up at the last second. Not much you can do there.
A tough hop for McNona. How would you score that one, Jordan?
I mean, it did hit him right in the chest. I'd probably give him the error, but I mean, it's tough. This is definitely going to be a tough infield. I know it's been mentioned on these broadcasts before, but the balls will take some weird hops here.
2 down, a runner on first. It's Nate Jones who belts this one to left field. On the move are the outfielders. Zaire Lowe is there, and he reaches up to make the catch. Jones put a good charge into that one, but Lowe had it measured. F8 all the way out in left field as Lowe is roaming both sides of the outfield so far to this one. But the Irish tack on 2 in the inning. It's 2-0 Notre Dame. Chase Burrows back out for another inning of work. More high school baseball when we return on WBCB.
This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford Subaru or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
This is Angelo Onnerfree, your Mercer County prosecutor, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Mercer County student athletes the best of luck, and also urge parents to stay involved in your children's school activities. Extracurricular events are a great way to keep your sons and daughters focused, and it does not have to be athletics. They can be involved with the drama club, the school band, even the debate team. An involved student today has a brighter future tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
It'll be Lorenzo Petrone, Sam Simpkins, and Zaire Lowe. The 3 for Ewing here in the top of the 3rd inning. And this is Lorenzo Petrone, the left fielder. First pitch from Chase Burrows. Misses. It's 1-0.
I think that was just maybe the 2nd or 3rd ball of this game here from Burrows. He's really been pounding that zone.
What did you have for Leibowitz in the inning before?
Ground out to second, 4-3.
Every once in a while I miss one, so great job. Way to be on top of things. It's 1-1 now. The pitch. Curveball hums right in there. It's 1-2. Burrows not afraid at all to throw that curveball for a strike. He's been on top of it so far. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, it's 2-2.
Yeah, he's had great command so far, especially of that breaking pitch. He might go to it here, try to get another K.
The 2-2. On the ground, right side. Jones has it. Throws to Hughes, who gets the tag on him and makes the out.
Athletic play there by Jack Hughes. throw a little wide, but all in one motion, able to sweep the tag across.
4-3 the put out that time, is the throw a little bit high from Jones, but Jack Hughes using the frame and the athleticism, as Jordan alluded to haul that one in and slap the tag on. The multi-sport athlete for Notre Dame. One of the best edge rushers in football. Is base hit. No. Coming in to make a diving catch in center field. That's Logan Eilbacher.
Eilbacher definitely shifted in there. I thought off the bat that ball was certainly going to drop, but Eilbacher able to close quick and make another great defensive play.
Sam Simpkins looked like he had a base knock that time, but the Irish defense had it measured out perfect. The defense, the outfield really not playing all that deep at all. 2 away here. Burrows kicks and deals. The pitch to Lowe is low.
Fittingly.
1-0. Fastball just misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Zaire Lowe. Pretty good turnout this afternoon here at Notre Dame. Fans still filing along each baseline. Fastball, that one finds the zone. It's 2-1 now. Lowe still ahead. Burrows working quick. Low, it's 3-1.
Now get a picture driving now. Come on.
Burrows 3-1. On the ground left side. Magliazzo fields it on the hop. The throw from the hole. In time to get Zaire Lowe. Hughes holds the bag. Magliazzo makes the play. 3 up, 3 down for Chase Burrows. Home half the third on the other side here on WBCB. Don't go anywhere.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation, and that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Top of the order due up for the Irish here in the home half of the third inning as they lead 2-0 over Ewing. And Connor Gregg back out for his third inning of work.
All 3 of these hitters flew out to Lowe their first time up. Got to try to hit it somewhere else. I mean, he's been reeling in everything out there.
First pitch to Vizzoni, laced left side through the hole, a base hit. Past the outstretched glove of Arias over there at third base, or excuse me, Andreas over there at third base. And Vizzoni tattoos that one in the left field for a base knock.
They're swinging early and swinging often, and right now it's paying dividends. Another leadoff man on here for the Irish.
Runner on first, nobody out. This is Justin Prekop. Shows bunt, ball's high, snap throw to first. Vizzoni's back in time.
Gotta be a strike, Justin.
On the move is Vizzoni, and he'll swipe second base easily as that pitch gets away from Chris Salmon a little bit. 2 balls and no strikes to Justin Prekop with a runner in scoring position now.
Yeah, even if Salmon was able to come up with that, I don't know if he would have had a chance to get Vizzoni. He got a great jump.
One on the first move did Vizzoni. 2-0, big cut, but fouling it back is Prekop. It's 2-1.
Sit back. Need the ball.
Brendan Bucher due up next.
Now the goal here for Prekop, just pull this ball, get the runner over to third.
Breaking ball in there for a strike, evens up the count, 2-2. It's Simpkins and McNona taking turns toying with Vizzoni as this one's poked shallow center field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Vizzoni's heading to third. He's going to be held up there. Runners at the corners, nobody out.
Great job with 2 strikes there by Prekop to just go down and get that one. Certainly got it off the end of the bat, but was able to find green grass in front of Lowe.
Ewing outfield's playing pretty deep. Lowe especially playing pretty deep out there. And here is Brendan Bucher. First and third, nobody out for the Irish. Prekop on first base. He's got some decent wheels. First pitch, Bucher drives this one in the air to center field. Lowe has it measured. It's going to stay in the yard. Lowe makes the catch. Tagging and heading for home is Vizzoni, and he will score. It's a sacrifice fly for Brendan Bucher, and the Irish lead grows. It's 3-0 Notre Dame.
They've gotten a lot of stuff in the air today, and 2 sac flies now for the Irish. Just getting the runners on, getting them over, and getting them in, playing some very good ABC baseball.
Come on, Jack, let's lose one here.
One down, runner on first. This is Jack Hughes. On the move is Prekop. The throw from Salmon is in time.
Great throw to get the speedy runner there. I mean, that throw beat him by a good bit.
Prekop gets caught stealing. Just like that, there's 2 down now. Nobody on for Jack Hughes. Takes that one high. It's 2-0.
So far, a good job of damage control here by Greg, just allowing the 1 run. Earlier in the inning, I mean, it looked like this was set up to be a big inning. Irish had the first runners in the corner with nobody out in the middle of their lineup coming up. But Greg's done a good job to get 2 quick outs, and now he's got one of the scariest guys really in the CVC up with nobody on.
A rare swing and miss the attempt before that time. This time Hughes fouling it off, and just like that, counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the power hitting first baseman for Notre Dame. And something I saw on NJ.com, apparently Hughes is slugging 1,000 this year, which is, again, just continues to contribute to his astronomical numbers this season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Hughes. High and away. Count is now full.
Yeah, Hughes with 7 singles, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs. And there's that slugging percentage there. Yep, at 1,000. I mean, even though it is
swing and a miss on the 3-2 fastball, he got him.
Just to finish up that thought there real quick, even though it is early in the season, to be slugging that high, it's definitely something to hang your hat on.
One of the rare times this year Jack Hughes goes down as he strikes out swinging. Irish do tack on another in the inning. It's 3-0 Notre Dame. Blue Devils coming up to hit next in the top half of the 4th here on WBCB.
It is hot.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Trenton Thunder Baseball is back for its 30th year. Big League Futures, Major League Fun. Trenton Thunder tickets are now available. Single game tickets, group plans, suite nights. Get your tickets now. For more information, visit TrentonThunder.com. That's TrentonThunder.com or call 609.
Top of the fourth, Chase Burrows back out for the Irish, and Mignona chops this one left side. Magliazzo has it over to Hughes. One down.
We talked a little bit about it in the pregame that these infielders would have to be ready, and right now they are coming up big, making it look real easy there out on the diamond.
One pitch, one out. Here's Colin Elam.
Come on, Colin.
Mignona, Elam, and Andreas, the three up. This inning for Ewing is Mignona retired. Elam stares at a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0. Burrows 1-0. Curveball outside 2-0.
Get your pick. Get your pick.
2-0. Shot right side. Jones takes it on the short hop. Flips it over to Hughes, who holds the bag. 2 down.
Great pick over there by Jones over at second, making it look easy yet again.
2 away. It's Joey Andreas. Ewing, third baseman, trying to keep the inning alive. First pitch from Burrows in the dirt. 1-0. 1-0 finds the zone. It's a fastball in there called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Joey Andreas. He struck out swinging, dropped third strike as he cuts at that fastball and misses. It's 1-2.
Going back to that last pitch by Burrows, he's been getting that low strike call. That's huge for a ground ball pitcher.
The 1-2 pitch. Cut on and missed. He struck him out. 3 up, 3 down for Burrows. The Irish retire the Blue Devils in order. And the Notre Dame Bats coming up to hit when we return on the WBCB Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
Thunder Baseball is back for its 30th year. Big League Futures, Major League Fun. Trenton Thunder tickets are now available. Single game tickets, group plans, suite nights. Get your tickets now. For more information, visit TrentonThunder.com. That's TrentonThunder.com or call 609-394-3300. That's 609-394-3300. Post-game fireworks nights, pork roll Fridays, and dog welcome nights throughout the season. Trenton Thunder Baseball, Big League Futures, Major League Fun.
Eilbacher, and Olenchok. No, it's not a law firm. It's the 3 due up for the Irish this half of the inning, and leading 3-0. It'll be Logan Eilbacher. Be a pretty cool law firm, right? Eilbacher, and Olenchok.
I would trust him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could see the commercial now.
Connor Gregg back out again. Eilbacher stares at that one high. It's 1-0.
Eilbacher roped that double to center his last time up and looked to do the same.
Curveball finds the zone. It's 1-1. Doubled and came around to score. Did Logan, his first time up in the second when the Irish struck for 2. Scored in consecutive innings now, looking to do the same. A deep drive to center field. Eilbacher heading back. Lowe reaching up. He can't haul it in. On his way to second is Logan. He's going to hold up there. It's another double for Logan Eilbacher.
Well, he did do it again. Definitely a ball that probably, if you ask Lowe, he should have come up with, but we're going to score that one a double. 2 for 2.
Quite a drive that time from Logan Eilbacher. Now up is Lance, his brother. Both of them committed to Catholic University and trying to tack on here. Home half of the fourth inning, up 3-0 over Ewing.
Third consecutive inning, the leadoff man has reached base, and I mean, that's a pretty nice way to score some runs, and that's what the Irish were doing, threatening again here.
Lance shows bunt, he gets it down. Greg has some trouble, but he fields it, throws it over to first in time. Logan goes to third. Lance is retired, and mission successful that time in terms of getting down the bunt to move the runner over.
Yeah, and that's some good fielding there by Greg. You hear it all the time in the majors. PFP, that's pitchers fielding practice. It's something these teams work on a lot, and a good job by Greg to get the runner.
This is David Olenchalk staring at an off-speed pitch called strike one. One out and a runner on third. Olenchalk stares at another breaking ball. That one's high. Count evens up at 1.
Sacrifice fly is last time up again. Another opportunity to do the same.
Missing low. 2 balls, 1 strike to Olenchalk. Magliazzo waiting in the on-deck circle. The pitch fouled off. 2-2. Greg gets a new baseball, toes the rubber, looks in. Gets the sign from Salmon. Kicks and deals. In the dirt. Count is full.
Olenchalk's going to have to be very selective here. Obviously 2 open bases right now, and a walk would certainly not be the worst thing in the world to set up the double play.
Payoff pitch. Chopped. Weekly back to the pitcher. Coming home is Eilbacher. The play at the plate. He's out.
That was real close. I thought Eilbacher might have got in under that tag, but umpire rules otherwise.
Eilbacher making his case for getting past the tag. It was a bang-bang play at home, but they call him out. Olenchalk gets to first on the fielder's choice. Driven left side in the gap, but Lowe has it measured. He'll bring it in for the final out. The Irish get a man to third, but he gets thrown out at the plate. Unable to push that runner across. Score remains 3-0 in favor of Notre Dame on the WBCB Sports Network.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation, and that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
fifth. Chase Burrows still on the hill for Notre Dame. Don't forget, if you missed any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer counties 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. This is Keith Lesko. Quickly ahead, 2 balls and no strikes.
Now, gotta be your pitch, right?
2-0 finds the zone, a low fastball in there.
This is really one of the first times that Burrows has fallen behind, trying to work back in the count here.
2-1 right side. Jones has it, throws over to Hughes. 1 out.
It's always nice when you can just work the grounder.
A lot of ground ball outs today. Jones and Magliazzo have gotten their fair share of fielding practice, as what we talked about has sort of come to fruition in the Trentonian pregame show. A lot of ground ball outs with a low ball pitcher in Chase Burrows.
Always like it when the pitchers make us look smart.
This is Chris Salmon swinging and missing at the first attempt from Burrows. It's 0-1. Early on that one is Salmon, quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Sam Leibowitz on deck. The 0-2 pitch outside.
Salmon struck out his last time up, I believe on that breaking ball, and we'll see if Burrows comes back with it here.
1-2 from Burrows, laced right side. Hughes dives, he has it, flips it over to Burrows. He can't beat Salmon to the bag. Great hustle by Chris Salmon. He goes into a head-first slide and gets into first. Might have paid the price there as him and Burrows run into the bag. It looks like he might have gotten stepped on a bit.
Yeah, I think Burrows, he was having a little trouble with his footwork there. Looked like he was going to beat Salmon to the bag and then kind of came up short. Not sure if Salmon's hand got in the way or not.
What a play by Jack Hughes to snare that baseball and just have a chance to record the out alone. Hard hit ball by Salmon. Gets his lead off of first. First pitch, laced right side and foul. Sam Leibowitz.
This is where I'm sure Burrows is going to be looking to induce that double play ball.
I believe we have a pinch hitter here, actually. This is number...
Oh, back pick.
Back pick to first base. Didn't get him. Hughes unable to hold on to it.
That would have been a real close play if Hughes was able to corral it, but all for naught.
Correction, it's not a pinch hitter. This is Leibowitz up. The 1-1 on the ground, up the middle, through the hole, a base hit. It looked like a little bit of a miscommunication that time by Magliazzo and Nate Jones.
Yeah, I think a little.
Who was going to field it?
I think a little confusion there by Magliazzo. I mean, it looked like he could have just reached down and picked it up and would have been right on top of the second base bag and would have had an easy double play. But instead it sneaks into center field, and now Ewing is in business.
Leibowitz on first, Salmon on second, 1 down. And stepping in is Lorenzo Patron. In the air, center field, going back is Eilbacher. Reaches up, he makes the catch. Runners will have to retreat to their bags. And unable to tag up that time is Chris Salmon, as that one had a chance to get over Logan Eilbacher's head, but he had it measured.
Yeah, again, Eilbacher playing very shallow, and if he wasn't able to come up with that, that could have been major trouble, but is able to reach up, grab it.
2 away now, runners on first and second still. This is Sam Simpkins. He flew out to Eilbacher in center field his first time, this time staring at a fastball low for a ball.
It's a second great defensive play there by Logan Eilbacher in center. Had that diving play, I believe, back in the second inning.
Burrows comes set. Runner leads off first. The pitch. Belted up the middle. Snared by Jones. Steps on second. And that'll retire the side. The Blue Devils threaten in the inning. They strand a runner in scoring position. Irish coming to bat. Bottom of the fifth when we return on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Connor Gregg still out for Ewing. Home half of the fifth inning. Irish lead 3-0. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for Notre Dame. Nate Jones, Dom Vizzoni, and Justin Prekop. And Chase Burrows dealing to this point, working out of a jam, stranding a runner in scoring position, and slowly but surely etching his name for consideration for the Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game honors. Irish still leading 3-0, and bats coming up here in home half of the fifth. Whole lot of ball left to be played still, and for fair measure, still anybody's ball game. Just a 3-run game to this point.
Yep.
Ewing just missing that one complete inning offensively from really making some noise and coming back in this one. But again, give credit where credit is due. Chase Burrows has kept the ball down in the zone, and he's really limited any type of hitting action that Ewing has had that last inning. Their first time stringing together consecutive hits.
Yeah, still plenty of time here for Ewing, but I think it's going to have to start here on the mound. They can't allow any more to cross the plate just because, oh, here comes the ball. Just because, Burrows has been so good, and he's been able to keep Blue Devils off the base paths with a very good consistency.
And Ewing, the last inning offensively, not electing to use a courtesy runner for Chris Salmon, their catcher, and I believe Salmon getting attended to a little bit by the medical staff as well for his one hand that got stepped on by Burrows as that play at first base on the PFP. Great play fielding by Jack Hughes on that one. A strong hit ball on the ground, a worm burner if you will. Hughes snares it with the mitt, but Salmon just guts and glory, just racing it all the way down to the first base line, doing anything to get on base.
Put it in play, and good things will happen. You never know.
Absolutely.
When something like that's going to come to your fruition.
In the home half of the fifth inning, this is Nate Jones. Nate's 0 for 1. He flew out to center field. Looks at that one in the dirt. On the ground, right side. Mignona has it, throws it over in time, one down.
Better play there by Mignona. I think that was his first chance since the error, and made a good pick and strong throw.
4-3 on the putout. This is Dom Vizzoni. Singled his last time up in the third, stole second, came around to score. The sac fly from Brendan Bucher, make it 3-0. Vizzoni behind, no balls, 1 strike. Wind up in the pitch from Greg. Fastball in there, quickly behind is Vizzoni, no balls, 2 strikes. Justin Prekop in the on-deck circle. Fouled off.
Staying alive there, Vizzoni. He was way out in front of that pitch, but a good job just to make contact and gets to see another one now.
The middle, let's go.
The 1-2 from Greg. Driven in the air, not deep. Coming in to make the grab is Sam Leibowitz. 2 down.
Hey, let's go, Josh. Come on.
It's funny because it seems like the Irish have been hitting a lot of balls in the air, but these corner outfielders have not been busy. It's been mostly Zaire Lowe out there in center.
Line drive somewhere.
2 down, this is Justin Prekop, the Irish DH.
Come on, Justin.
Stares at a curveball, finds the zone, 0-1.
Come on, Josh, line drive.
Prekop with a single, was caught stealing. Back in the third. 0-1 taken high, counts even.
Keep that front hip in.
Well, Ewing, like I said, definitely in need of putting up a 0 in this one and going through the 9-1 and 2. They're 1 out away from getting that done and getting the bats back into the box and looking to get on the board.
Greg's 1-1 fouled straight back. Prekop a little out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greg has the sign, kicks and deals the pitch. Fouled left side and out of play. Check swing that time from Prekop to stay alive. Count holds 1-2.
Not quite sure how he made contact with that. That ball looked like it was going to bounce well in front of home plate.
Right on. Get back.
1-2 from Greg. Driven right side through the glove of McNona and into right field. And that ball was hit pretty hard. How would you score that one?
I think unfortunately that might have to be McNona's second error of the game. It looked like he had a chance to maybe get in front of that and at least knock it down. I mean, it was hit so hard, and if you do that, you're probably still able to recover and get the runner, but unfortunately goes right under his glove.
Prekop gets to first. Brendan Bucher steps in, and him and Joe Drulis have a quick meeting on the third base side. Foul ball gets returned to the home plate umpire.
Well, we had talked about it that you cannot give this Irish team any extra outs, and Ewing needs to certainly has continued their struggles in the field, and you hope that it doesn't come back to bite them here.
Pinch running for Justin Prekop. This is Wyatt Moore. Throw over to first. Not in time. Lesko holding him on, but didn't apply a tag. Moore gets his lead. Pitch to Bucher. Called strike 1 on the fastball. Bucher 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. Curveball, high and away. 2 down, Moore on first. He's got good wheels. We'll see if the Irish send him in motion here. The move. Bucher drives this one to left. It's carrying, heading back at the wall. It's caught by Zaire Lowe. A deep drive from Brendan Bucher gets hauled in by Lowe, and that'll retire the side. Just missed a home run, did Bucher. But who else? It's Zaire Lowe there to make the catch, a name that we've called pretty often this afternoon. Irish stranded runner. 3-0 the score remains. Top of the 6th. Coming up next here on WBCB, Chase Burrows looks like he's heading out for another inning of work. We'll be right back.
This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford Subaru or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
This is Angelo Honor, your Mercer County prosecutor, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Mercer County student athletes the best of luck, and also urge parents to stay involved in your children's school activities. Extracurricular events are a great way to keep your sons and daughters focused, and it does not have to be athletics. They can be involved with the drama club, the school band, even the debate team. An involved student today has a brighter future tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
Chase Burrows back out for the 6th inning of work. Still with a 0 on the scoreboard in his pitching effort this afternoon.
Yeah, he's been dominant. He's kept these Ewing hitters off balance all game. Burrows had 5 Ks coming into this one. He's got 4 already. Ewing sending the top of their lineup up here. You've got to feel like this is their chance if they want to get in this game and try to make a comeback.
It's a great point. It's Zaire Lowe, Jake McNona, and Colin Elam. The 3 due up for Ewing. Burrows 1-0, a bunt shown, pulled back. It's a called strike. It's 1-1 to Zaire Lowe.
Probably not a bad idea, just trying to get guys on base however you can. Just 3 hits given up by Burrows to this point.
1-1, weekly hit left side and foul. Burrows in the driver's seat, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Don't forget to stick around for the Italian People's Bakery post-game player of the game interview. Brought to you by the Italian People's Bakery at 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg. 1-2 pitch from Burrows on the ground, up the middle, a base hit.
Well, there you go. They get the leadoff guy on.
Zaire Lowe.
That'll be his 2nd hit of the game. He's been the only one who's really been able to figure out Burrows here, or at least figure out how to find the holes in the defense.
Lowe got all the way to 3rd back in the 1st inning. The Irish stranded him there. He's stolen a bag in this one as well.
He's got quite the lead over here at 1st.
Burrows lifts the leg, delivers first pitch, a called strike 1 to Jake McNona. The 0-1 is a pickoff move over to 1st. So we'll do it again. Lowe gets back in time. Continues to lead off. Aggressive lead off of 1st. Burrows throws over again. And back again is Lowe, keeping him close. Looks like Lowe extends the lead even more. Burrows off speed, just misses.
That's a real good take there by McNona. You make contact with that, you're probably heading back to the dugout along with your teammate.
1-1 chopped left side. Magliazzo has it, flips to second for 1 to 1st. Not in time. McNona just beats it. 6-4 on the putout, fielder's choice.
Yeah, and a great turn by Jones. Ball just not hit hard enough.
Runner on 1st, 1 down. This is Colin Elam swinging at the first pitch he sees in this at-bat. Fouls it off just a bit. Breeze continues to blow in from the outfield, from right field now it feels like. Curveball has Elam well out in front. He just gets a piece of that one. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
Let's see if Burrows goes back to the well. He's had Elam out in front now on 2 consecutive breaking pitches.
Mignona leads off first. The 0-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it again, did Elam. That time looked like a changeup from Burrows. Still in the driver's seat. No balls and 2 strikes. Joey Andreas in the on-deck circle. 0-2. In the air, right side, well foul. Heading towards the softball field.
Try to speed him up there with the fastball, and a great job by Elam to foul that one off. I mean, he definitely had to reach back for that one.
Burrows looks into Bucher. Gets the sign. Pitch. Popped up, right side. Lance Eilbacher's there. He has it. 2 down.
Hardly had to move out there.
2 away and a runner on first. It's Joey Andreas. Blue Devil third baseman. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts to this point. Mignona continues to get his lead off of first. A healthy one at that. First pitch. Fastball, snap throw to first is in time. Brendan Bucher with a snap throw. And that'll retire the side.
Great play there by Bucher, able to pick off that runner.
Andreas will be the guy to lead it off the next time Ewing comes up to bat. Home half of the 6th coming up next here on WBCB.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Trenton Thunder Baseball is back for its 30th year. Big League Futures, Major League Fun. Trenton Thunder tickets are now available. Single game tickets, group plans, suite nights. Get your tickets now. For more information, visit TrentonThunder.com. That's TrentonThunder.com. Or call 609-394-3300. That's 609-394-3300. Post-game fireworks nights, pork roll Fridays, and dog welcome nights throughout the season. Trenton Thunder Baseball, Big League Futures, Major League Fun.
4, 5, and 6 due up for the Irish. Connor Gregg still out there for Ewing, and Jack Hughes stares at that one in the dirt, 1-0. Hughes struck out his last time up. He singled and scored in the second the time before that. As he launches this one in the air, right side. Ranging over is Leibowitz. He makes the catch.
Pull hitter there, Hughes. Leibowitz was shifted over, and again, another case where the right fielder didn't really have to wander that far.
One down. This is Logan Eilbacher. Couple of doubles to this point.
Yeah, and you made the case for Chase Burris to be the player of the game. I think this guy has just as strong of a case. Has those 2 doubles, runs scored, and has made 2 stellar plays in the field as well.
Great point. Looking to add on to his great day, Eilbacher chops this one left side. It's fair. Hustling down the line to throw to first. Has a collision at first base. As the ball gets by him, hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah, fortunately, it looks like Lesko trying to walk it off over there at first base. He might be a little shaken up.
Lesko definitely took the brunt of that one, and bang play at first. Him and Eilbacher give each other a couple fist pounds. They seem to be okay. Good sportsmanship there, and David Angebrand heading out just to make sure his first baseman's all right. Scary play there by Keith Lesko, but every once in a while that does happen, a bang play, and Collision of the first base line. The throw took him up the line just a little bit.
Yeah, how do you want to score that? Want to go maybe E5 throw? It's a bit high, so.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was down up the line a little bit too. I'm going to say it's E5 on the throw. So Eilbacher reaches first with throwing error. Runner on with 1 out. Here's his brother Lance. Logan gets his lead off first. The pitch taken, called strike 1. Pickoff move, and Logan gets back.
Not a huge lead over there at first. I'd be pretty surprised if he was running up by 3 here in the 6th.
Healthy lead over there at first. Greg kicks and deals. It's a high curveball. Taken for a ball.
Guess Eilbach figured that they weren't going to throw over a second time.
1-1, fouled off and heading towards the softball field. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lance Eilbacher. Sacrifice fly back in the 4th inning. Brought a run across. Fights off a curve, pops it up. Greg brings it in.
Well,
2 down.
Well, fortunately, it's 90 degrees today, because if not, that would have stung. Hit that one right off the knuckles.
Pop up to the pitcher, 2 down. This is David Olenchok. Olenchok with a sacrifice fly and reached on the fielder's choices last time up. On the move is Logan Eilbacher. He'll swipe second easily. There's a runner in scoring position now. One ball, no strikes to Olenchok. Greg comes set. The pitch. Fastball high. It's 2 balls and no strikes to the Irish left fielder. Home half of the 6th. Irish up 3-0. Wind continues to pick up here. Pitch inside finds the zone. It's 2-1.
Got to feel that that run out there at second base could be a big one. I mean, the way Burrows has been working on the mound, another run crosses here could put this one out of reach.
Olenchok with a good eye there. It's 3 balls and 1 strike.
Again, open base at first, so again, you're going to have to be very selective up at the plate, and if you're Greg, you don't have to give in here.
3-1 from Greg. High, ball 4. Runners at first and second with 2 away. Stepping up is TJ Magliazzo. Looks like a pinch hitter. It's going to be Nicky DePalma to pinch hit for TJ this time. DePalma, he started a couple of games this season, a handful of games this season, really, out in right field, before David Olenchok was back into the starting lineup. Last year, the typical outfield for the Irish, it was Olenchok and the Eilbacher brothers out there. This year, the Eilbacher brothers remain, but I believe Olenchok, I don't know if he was hurt or not, but just didn't start the season in the field, was focusing on pitching maybe or whatever it may be. But now he's back in the fielding rotation in the 1 through 9 lineup as well. So runners at first and second. This is Nicky DePalma. Pinch hitting for TJ Magliazzo. Runners get their leads off their respective bases. First pitch, driven in the air, right side. Coming in is Leibowitz. He'll reach up and make the catch. Irish strand a couple in the home half of the 6th inning. Top of the 7th coming up next. We'll see if Chase Burrows comes out to finish this one or if the Irish will turn to the bullpen. Coming up next here on WBCB. Don't go anywhere. Chase Burrows back out, looking for the complete game shutout. Irish 3 outs away from their 6th straight win. And Burrows quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Joey Andreas.
Looks just as comfortable out there on the mound as he did in the first. Stuff is still sharp and working ahead of these hitters.
0-2, cut on and missed in the dirt. Bucher applies the tag. Out number 1. Andreas 0 for 3 with 3 swinging strikeouts today. Burrows has had his number. This is Keith Lesko stepping in, first baseman. Burrows winds up the pitch. Fastball high, 1-0. Chris Salmon is on deck. That fastball locates the zone for a strike.
I'll tell you what, Burrows has needed no pitch clock in this one. Working real quick.
On the ground right side, Nate Jones has it, flips it over to Hughes. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the 7th.
I guess Salmon okay after, I believe he was the one that got stepped on over there at first, but he's back in the box.
Yep.
And a chance to keep this game alive.
Blue Devils down to their last out. This is Chris Salmon, the catcher. Single his last time up. Struck out back in the 2nd. First pitch from Burrows. Curveball in there. Strike 1.
Taking all the way there was Salmon.
Chopped foul. And again, I believe that hit off his foot.
Yeah, I think he fouled that one off. He's been taking a beating today, and usually catchers take a beating behind the plate, but for him, it's been on the field.
Yeah, he's really had some unlucky bounces off the bat and in the field today as well. Big bag of ice waiting for Chris Salmon after this one. Tough kid, though, man. Geez, a lot tougher than I am. After I got my hand stepped on, I'd probably take myself out of the game. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Burrows. In the air, left side, and that's going to fall for a base hit.
Little lawn dart there from Salmon for his 2nd hit of the game, and he extends this game and denies the Irish the chance for allowing only 2 runs in 4 games now. Still 1 more out to get.
Sam Leibowitz up, 2 down, runner on first, and Salmon first pitch, fastball, strike 1.
Here we go, Chase.
Burrows has the sign, kicks and deals. Curveball just misses. 1-1.
Good pitch, Chase.
Lorenzo Patron would be up next if Leibowitz can extend the inning. Right side, foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Sam Leibowitz.
I know Leibowitz got to have kind of that same approach that Salmon did and just try to put one in play. Tying run, standing in the on-deck circle.
The 1-2 from Burrows. Left side. Diving Magliazzo past his glove. It's a base hit, and the inning will continue for Ewing. Salmon goes into scoring position at 2nd. Still 2 away.
Well, all of a sudden, this one gets a lot more interesting. A couple of soft base hits, 2 bloops, and now looking for that blast here.
Lorenzo Patron steps in. The lefty. 0 for 2. He flew out to Eilbacher.
Knock everything down.
First pitch fastball misses.
Just missed.
Let's get him, Chase. Make a play.
Burrows looks into Bucher, has the sign. Scans 2nd, lifts the leg, the pitch. Outside again.
Patron's got to, you got to get your one here. 2 balls, no strikes. You know he doesn't want to walk the bases loaded. He's probably going to get one to hit.
Chopper Left side, tough play. Vizzoni has it, throws over to first. It's not going to be in time. It's another infield hit. And the bases are loaded now with 2 outs.
Well, now this one gets that much more interesting as Ewing, first 2 go down very quickly, just like they had kind of the entire game, and all of a sudden, Simpkins finds a way to put one in the gap, and this game's all tied up.
Bases loaded, and out to the hill to talk things over with Chase Burrows is pitching coach Charlie Battis. Charlie, a former pitcher for Joe Drulis, went on to Monmouth University, where Brendan Bucher will be headed. Returned back to Notre Dame to help out with the coaching staff now as an alumni, and a calming presence on this coaching staff at times when things might feel a little bit erratic out there in the field and on the mound. Battis talking things over with Chase Burrows.
Yeah, and this is the first real high-stress situation here for Burrows, so a good mound visit there. Try to settle his pitcher down because he's really been locked in all game and just trying to get him back into that zone.
One more out.
Come on now.
2 outs, bases loaded. This is Sam Simpkins, the Blue Devils shortstop. Simpkins flew out to center field in the 3rd.
He's got Zaire Lowe on deck, who's 3 for 3.
Pitch outside. Bucher thought about a snap throw, but back in there at first was Patron. 1 ball, no strikes to Simpkins. Burrows 1-0. Fastball called, strike 1. Looked a bit low, but a pitcher strike nonetheless.
Down, moving on contact.
1-1 from Burrows in the dirt. Great stop by Bucher. 2-1.
This is a big pitch here, in danger of falling behind 3-1 with a guy who's 3 for 3, waiting in the wings.
Burrows looks into Bucher, he has his sign. Kicks the leg, the pitch, swing and a miss.
Good pitch.
Come on, Chase.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th, bases loaded. Patron on first. Leibowitz on second, Salmon on third. Burrows 2-2. Up the middle, Magliazzo knocks it down, flips to second in time, and the ball game is over.
Great stick-to-itiveness there by Magliazzo, and this game ends rightfully on a ground ball to the shortstop.
Chase Burrows goes the distance, and I believe earns the complete game shutout. I don't think they'll count that run scoring there, as Magliazzo is able to make the out, flipping it over in time. And Burrows earns our Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game honors, and we'll speak with him in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. The Italian People's Bakery post-game Player of the Game interview coming up next here on WBCB. Irish victorious 3-1 and 3-0, excuse me, and pick up their 6th win, improving to 6-1 on the season. We'll speak with Chase Burrows on the other side. You're watching high school baseball here on WBCB. Don't go anywhere.
I guess I've got a few questions just
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
6 straight wins for the Irish of Notre Dame, and a strong pitching effort from Chase Burrows as he earns our Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game, going the distance, the complete game shutout, 7 innings pitched, 8 hits scattered, and 5 strikeouts, no earned runs in this contest this afternoon. And Chase joins us now here after the game, a 3-0 win for you guys. Chase, last time out when we were here, we talked with Luke Foley, and he had nothing but great things to say about you and how you command the strike zone, you throw strikes, and you keep the ball down in the zone. Seemed like you were doing that pretty well today.
Yeah, thank you. Couldn't have done it without the team. Got some hits, scored 3 runs, all we needed. They made the plays behind me. It was a great team win.
What do you and Brendan Bucher have to have a pretty good chemistry. Obviously, pitcher and catcher, you guys work together a lot now, multiple seasons together. That snap throw down the first, does he just kind of do that on instinct, or is that something kind of he lets you know beforehand?
Yeah, we talk about it before the game, but he does it a lot, and it's awesome. He's a great player, great kid, great leader. Awesome to have someone like him catching me.
It seemed like early on today you had the curve, you had everything working. I mean, you went the distance, no runs allowed, but it seemed like early on you really weren't afraid to throw that curveball for a strike. What pitch did you really feel was your best today?
I think my 2-seam fastball was the best, but Coach Riley, Coach Battis called a great game. Bucher called a great game. I couldn't have done it without them, so really appreciate them.
Jordan's got a couple questions here for you as well.
Yeah, so you talked a little bit about how your fielders just are so important. You're obviously a ground ball pitcher. You're able to work a ton of those today. I mean, how important is it, and how well do you feel just knowing that they're back there and are basically going to get anything that's hit on the ground?
Yeah, we have a great defense. It's awesome knowing because 9 out of 10 times they're making the play. So it's just awesome to know that they're back there and have my back every game.
And you were in a flow for basically this entire game. It did get a little dicey there in the 7th. Coach came out and talked to you. What was that message?
He was just telling me to focus, lock in, fielders, lock in, make the play. It was bases loaded. We had 2 outs, easiest play. So he just told us to lock in, make the play.
Chase, you had a great game today, my man. 6 straight wins for you guys now. You guys are really starting to roll. Things are kind of clicking on all cylinders, hitting on all cylinders, if you will. 6 straight wins. What's that mean to you personally right now, and what are the sights for this team down the road?
It feels awesome as a great team wins the past 6 games. We're really trying to make a run, MCTs and states, win the CVC. So high hopes for this team. Awesome group of guys, great people to be around. So really looking forward to the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Well, great effort from you today. You earned the Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game honors. You got a gift certificate there to the Italian People's Bakery at 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg. Visit them for a free sandwich. Great job today, Chase, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. That's Chase Burrows, the left-hander for the Irish, and a great game from him, a complete game shutout. We're going to step aside one final time, tally up the numbers. We'll thank our sponsors, and we'll get on out of here. Notre Dame victorious 3-0 here from Father John Donofrio Field. We'll be right back on WBCB. Nice. Way to go, man. Good job.
Nice job.
You can run one more spot, and then... Back here at Notre Dame High School, Mike Warren alongside Jordan Hirsch as the Irish pick up their 6th straight win and improve to 6-1 on the season. Chase Burrows picked up the victory, 7 innings pitched and 5 strikeouts, scattering 8 hits as he picks up win number 2 on the season for him and win number 6 for the Irish. Great effort from Chase Burrows this afternoon. He takes home the Italian People's Bakery Player of the Games. Jordan Hirsch, final thoughts on this afternoon's contest?
Yeah, I mean, just a great all-around win for Notre Dame. They were able to get production again up and down the lineup, and Burrows when your pitcher's throwing a complete game shutout, it's hard to lose. And in fact, usually you never lose. But he was great on the mound again. Something that I think they did basically kind of culminated that whole now 6-game win streak just into this game, doing all the little things right, getting guys on, getting them over, getting them in, and playing great defense behind their pitching.
We will see the Irish next on April 18th, next Tuesday, 4:30, right here at Notre Dame High School as they host the Hornets of Hamilton West. The Irish improve to 6-1 on the season. The Blue Devils of Ewing fall to 1-4. Chase Burrows was our Italian People's Bakery player of the game. He picks up win number 2 on the season. Want to thank the crew who helped make today's broadcast possible. Darnell Turner did today's camera work. Makai Gundy produced today's stream. Jordan Hirsch, our color commentator. My name is Mike Warren. Want to thank our sponsors one final time: the New Jersey Education Association, Haldeman Ford Subaru, the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Capital Health System, the Revere Restaurant, Notre Dame High School and Laura Sarubi, the Trenton Thunder, Jammer Doors and Windows, Hyundai of Trenton, the Italian People's Bakery, and the Trentonian, all proud to bring you today's coverage here on WBCB. One final time from Father John Donofrio Field here from Notre Dame High School, the Irish victorious 3-0. Until we talk to you again on Tuesday afternoon, we thank you so much for tuning in to high school baseball on WBCB. Have a great evening, everybody.